Today is the 17th of June. I'm standing on the corner of Junction Boulevard and Northern Boulevard. And I'll be walking north on Junction. Q72 bus in front of me. It runs from Rigo Park to LaGuardia Airport. Here we have a TD Bank. For the last couple of weeks there's been a line wrapped around the bank, but now that the city is opening back up, we see people only inside of the ATM booths. It's a really lovely day today. The sky is blue, the sun is shining, going toward the west where it's going to set. It's 75 degrees. We have a little breeze, not a lot. It's a little bit humid, but otherwise it's relatively comfortable weather. The school to my left is the Louis Armstrong IS-227 school. Some of the stores still haven't opened as yet, and then some are closed because of the time of the day it is, but more stores open now than before. As you can see, there's not a lot of people out here, but people are walking, strolling, taking their time. Some people sitting in their cars and music playing. And one of the little ones of the future right there. The school is bringing a lot of shade on this side of the street. But as you can see in front of us, we get out of the school shadow, the sun will be beaming down pretty hard. Nevertheless, with the 75-degree temperature, it makes the sunshine bearable. We're now crossing 32nd Avenue. And here's where Junction Boulevard turns into 94th Street. And that's the front of the Louis Armstrong School over there, intermediate school, IS-227. We're at a short street here. It's called Jackson Mill Road. It runs for only 4 blocks, and that's where it cuts off. A set of row houses across the street, all attached except the corner houses, which are semi-attached. On both sides of this block, they're built that way. Old houses, but pretty well kept up. Over the years, the neighborhood has really changed a lot. We've been getting some rain, and a couple of weeks ago we got a little bit of rain, quite a bit of rain a week ago, and Some lawns, as you can see right here, have been cut. Others, the grass has grown so fast, it looks like people are not taking care of their lawns, but it just grew that fast. But it's now time to get a haircut for most of them. This 94th Street is a slight slope downhill, so makes walking a little bit easier. We're now about to cross 31st Avenue, and we're still on 94th Street, and we're still heading north. If we were to take this all the way down, we would run right into the entrance of LaGuardia Airport. We are now at 30th Avenue and 94th Street. Crossing 30th right now. Here goes a very little tiny chair. Looks like it's handmade, somebody made. Maybe for their kid. And I see a for sale sign on the house across the street. Haven't seen any more in any of these other houses. I don't think now, right after COVID, is a very good time to sell. The prices may not be at their premium as they are when the economy is running at its normal or at its best. A Walgreens pharmacy across the street there. That Walgreens cleaner is standing on a lot that used to house a diner called Buccaneer, which Buccaneer is now relocated across the street as we're looking at it. And the cleaners there, Son of Cleaners, was also a diner at one time. We're now crossing Astoria Boulevard, still on 94th Street, and we're going to be walking to the right, which would be east on Astoria Boulevard. Right here's the bus stop at Q49 and the Q19. One goes to Astoria, the other goes to Jackson Heights, where it'll connect you with the number 7 train, the E and F train. The other trains that stop there at 74th Street and Broadway. This area here on Astoria Boulevard is a mixture between residential and businesses. Across the street is one of the Queens Library recent renovations. Q19 bus which runs to Astoria. And some of the newer apartments here we see. Still some for rent right now. We have a young man in front of us with a pair of huge skates on. It's like he's trying to balance himself. We're now crossing 96th Street and we're walking on Astoria Boulevard. We have new construction again behind this fence. Where once a doctor's office was held, Dr. Graham's office was. We're now crossing 97th Street. Across the street is East Elmhurst Community School. Next to it is St. Gabriel's Catholic Church. They at one time were one unit, or rather the school also was St. Gabriel's, but it has now become a public school, community school. And this is Southern Baptist Church here. We're now crossing 98th Street on Astoria Boulevard, still heading east. Types of businesses here. Spy shop, they sell security cameras, GPS tracking, remote surveillance. and hidden cameras. And the kids playing. Not smart at all with the car in the middle of the street. We're now crossing 99th Street on Astoria Boulevard, and we'll be turning left here to head down 27th Avenue. Across the street is Trade Fair, a very busy community supermarket. This house right here was one of 3 or 4 houses that were used as a Catholic church, a rectory at one time, but then the houses were sold off as separate units a number of years ago. We're now crossing 100th Street. And with this very short little space right here, it's not even a block, it's a triangle. It's one of the Green Street projects right here. And already we're crossing another street which is named Kearney Street. Down Kearney Street to my right is the fire department. Ladder 316. We are in East Elmhurst, New York. Here we see a house that is for sale. The real estate value here in East Elmhurst is very high. The properties are relatively nice, but the location is central. Everything you might want as far as transportation, shopping, recreation, leisure, all of it is right here. And we're now crossing McIntosh Street. We're on 27th Avenue heading east. One of the alleyways here between the houses on 2 separate streets, but the backs of the houses where the garages are, so people can park. And some of these houses here on these streets are semi-attached and totally detached. We're now approaching Humphrey Street, which we're about to cross. The earlier part of East Elmhurst that we were in were mainly numbers and sparsely named, but here in this particular area right here you have more names on the streets and numbers on the avenues. As I said before, we were on 27th Avenue. We just crossed Humphrey Street and we are walking toward Gilmore Street. Just crossing Gilmore Street now. Fire truck passing us just now from that firehouse 316 we just passed a little while ago. We're now crossing Erickson Street.
I will buy it. Look, I will buy it, and you gotta give me the cash.
The street here is Curtis Street we're crossing. This is Butler Street we're crossing right now. We're going to cross back to the south side of 27th Avenue. There seem to be fire department and police activity down here. I don't know exactly what it is, but I want to stay on the safe side and hope for the best, whoever may be involved in what's happening. I'm now crossing Ditmars Boulevard, and I'm on 27th Avenue. I'm going to cross across the walk bridge here, which crosses across the Grand Central Parkway. above the Grand Central Parkway, which runs to eastern Long Island. Now I'm looking west above the parkway, which runs west towards RFK Triborough Bridge. Triborough Bridge, and that's LaGuardia Airport straight ahead of us in this reconstruction. We have now crossed across the parkway. We're coming into this body of water, which is part of the Flushing Marina. Also, it runs into the East River. And I'm going to end my walk right here. And I hope you enjoyed the video.